Lakers franchise is not what it is today without Kobe's presence, obviously along with some other guys as well and people who, in the office. But Kobe's presence, his legacy is here every day. You put on purple and gold, you put on Laker, apparel. You think about basketball in general. Even before I became a Laker, his legacy was cemented. So, and I had the opportunity to play with him not only in All-Star games but with the Olympic team multiple times. So it's just a day that if you're a ball plawer, if you like the game, if you play the game, even if you don't even play the game, you're just a fan, there's no way you can't think about Kobe on a day-to-day basis.
And welcome back, Allie Clifton here. Time for Brez's three-point play. And Brez, you're switching it up today in honor of Mamba Day. You're looking back at the three most memorable games you saw him play while covering him from 2004 to 2016. And we begin with that Lakers versus Jazz game.
Yeah, hard to boil down about 900 games I saw in person of Kobe Bryant to three, but definitely got to start with his final one. What a finale it was. Started with about 25 of his former teammates honoring him in a pregame show. And then it kind of went downhill a little bit from there. Kobe missed his first 5 shots. Not to worry, though, Allie. He would take 50 on the night in about 42 minutes. And the big number, he scored 60 points. Has ever been a more dramatic, more memorable, more entertaining finale for any player in any retirement game? I dare you to find one, because I know I probably couldn't think of one if you gave me 2 days right now. Kobe Bryant, what a way to go out. A fantastic game to be at for sure.
Your second most memorable game of Kobe, Geeter actually just teased it moments ago, 81 Olives, Lakers versus Toronto.
Yeah, thanks for the tease, Geet. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, it was kind of a nothing night. It was a quiet Sunday night. All the sports fans in the United States were still kind of digesting a couple of NFL conference championship games and 2 teams that just were not championship caliber, Toronto and the Lakers. So when Kobe scored 26 points in the first half, it's kind of like, okay, I've seen him do that before. 98% of the NBA can't do that, but I'd seen Kobe do it before. And then the third quarter came, 27 points. And then, Allie, the fourth quarter, another 28 points. He finished with 81. Afterwards, Lakers owner Jerry Buss said it was like watching a miracle unfold. And Phil Jackson, the legendary Laker coach, said, I've seen a lot of games in my life, but nothing quite like that. An amazing, amazing night, really out of nowhere.
And Brez, your final most memorable game, the playoffs are here, so why not we talk about 2010 NBA Finals?
Yeah, Game 7 against the hated Boston Celtics. I'm going to be honest up front, not Kobe's best game ever. He shot 6 for 24 that day, but it didn't matter. I've never seen Kobe happier in any of the games that I ever covered him because he beat, as he called it, them. He so wanted to beat the Celtics. They beat him and the Lakers 2 years earlier, including a crushing Game 6 loss in Boston by 39 points. There's the iconic shot right there. Kobe jumps up on the scorer's table, ball in his left arm, showing 5. That's his 5th and final championship. Final score 83-79. And even though Kobe did not shoot well that particular game, he was still the finals MVP for sure, averaging almost 29 points a game over the span of all 7.
Brez, well done as always. As you mentioned, over 900 games you were able to witness.
That's a lot of Kobe. Saw some great ones. Tough to X out 897 of them, but managed to do it.
Well done, as always. Can't get enough, of course. Thanks so much, Brez. We'll talk to you later in the show. Game 4 between the Lakers and Blazers. It's coming up. Kyle Kuzma is getting ready. 38 minutes to tip off on the Domino's Tracker Countdown Clock. I'm hungry. Track your pizza delivery at Domino's.com. We're back with more after the break as we continue to celebrate Mamba Day here on Spectrum Sportsnet.
The double team Gasol now. The single covered by Landry. Ariza drop down. Kobe! Oh! Up high! Down hard! Kobe Bryant! Well, I guess that ankle is okay. Oh, no, he didn't. Kobe Bean with the elevation.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you in part by Carl's Jr. Feed your happy at Carl's Jr. with the new A1 double cheeseburger for only $3.49.
844-5 now.
Welcome back to Access. Is Kobe the greatest Laker of all time? That is always up for debate, but the numbers don't lie. Take a look at Kobe's career ranks with the Lakers. First in games, first in points, first in three-point field goals made, steals first, 1,944, second in assists. Is that first in assists? It's first in assists. Wow. Celebration continues of Kobe Bryant. Time for Access 360. Karan, you want to break down KCP and what's been the difference between Game 1 and Games 2 and 3 for KCP?
I have to say his shot making and him actually capitalizing on the opportunities, the open looks that Anthony Davis and LeBron James are drawing and creating for him. And I think that as collectives, everyone's going above and beyond to find guys on the perimeter to make sure that they get going. So you see the brush screen right here. KCP is going to set. And then I love the fact that he didn't stay where it's poor spacing. He separated himself, so Dame had to really close out to him to even get a shot at potentially playing some good defense, and KCP nailed it. Now, this is, again, a great situation. LeBron James, open court, great spacing. You see Danny Green, AD on the opposing side. And I love that KCP did not stay in the corner. He repositioned himself, moved up, and got into the sight of LeBron. Excellent shot making opportunity for him. Now look, AD is going down, and KCP is not assuming anything. He's going to get that tip and dunk the basketball. So his activity was different this game. And now you see 1, 2, 3 Portland Trailblazer defenders around LeBron James. You see AD, he's going to space out this championship basketball. Could have took the shot, made the extra pass to KCP, because he had it going, and we know the importance of making sure that he's in a flow to keep the momentum in our favor.
Great breakdown, much more settled, not as anxious, James. Obviously, confidence is a big thing. What have you seen Games 2 and 3?
There's nothing like recovering. You're going to have nights where you don't play your best or you want more of yourself. You know, and Damian, he tortures people all season long. But what I like about Pope is he's like, I'll be damned if you're going to get me twice in a row. You might get him, but he competed, Geeter. He pushed Damian the other way. You know, I saw several cases where, you know, the Lakers scored and Pope was picking up Damian full court, 94, not even letting him get it in bounds. So that made a difference. And then here, no hesitation. Catch and shoot, a lot of confidence. And, you know, you have to really, you know, reapply that after you know, have a game that's sort of subpar. So I just like the way he recovered and was so impactful on both ends of the floor.
I want to show you guys this tweet because the Lakers really struggled from the free throw line in Game 3, but they did get the win. Dave McMenamin, ESPN, sharing this after the Lakers went 28 for 43 from the foul line in Game 3. Frank Vogel required all of his players to make 100 free throws at Sunday's practice. Big game. I know you like that. Lakers and Blazers are about a half hour from Game 4. You'll see it here on Spectrum Sportsnet. A splint on his dislocated finger didn't cool off Damian Lillard in Game 3. Dame Dollar dropped 34 on 5 of 11 from deep, but the Lakers are making him work.
Got that look.
And next on Access, we'll look back at some of our favorite Kobe moments from his 20-year career with the purple and gold. Long live the Mamba. We're going to break. We'll be back with more.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you in part by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Playing it safe. Good times.
Something new.
Lakers and Blazers are coming up at 6 right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Here's what you need to know. Today on 824, we celebrate the life of Kobe Bryant. Kobe came to the Lakers in a draft day trade in 1996. Spent 20 years wowing us with his greatness. The world still mourns this tragic passing 7 months ago. And together we honor his legacy. In that spirit, the Lakers will wear their black Mamba jerseys in Game 4 tonight. Lakers displayed their Mamba mentality in Game 3 on Saturday, defeating the Blazers 116-108 to take a 2-1 series lead. As has been their calling card all season long, they did it with defense, holding an explosive Portland team to just 40% from the field. They also dominated on the glass, out-rebounding the Blazers by 17, the largest rebounding difference in the 2020 playoffs so far. As usual, the two-headed Black Mamba snake of this year's Lakers was excellent in their Game 3 victory. Anthony Davis was only 1 for 3 in the first half, but turned it on late, finishing with 29 points and a season-high 8 assists. Meanwhile, LeBron James followed up his 10-point performance in Game 2 with a sizzling 38 points and 12 boards. And we see Dwight Howard. The Lakers and Blazers are coming up as we look inside the bubble. Dwight Howard getting ready for Game 4. 26 minutes to tip off on the Domino's Tracker countdown clock. Track your pizza delivery at Domino's.com. So, guys, it's been a season like no other for the Lakers, and you know they would like to honor Kobe the best way possible and give this city a big gift in winning the championship. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think that probably was one of the first things that was on their mind in Kobe's passing. I know LeBron and, you know, all the guys that, you know, that knew Kobe personally, it had to be something, you know, on their mind. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Even though it's in the bubble, it's still all about number 24 and number 8.
I think just playing in the remembrance and having a tribute like that to dedicate the remainder of the season to his legacy, I think that's what it's all about. So to be able to hoist up that trophy at the end of the season would be, you know, the ultimate, you know, legacy giver.
No question about it. And to win, as Kobe knew as well, you needed teammates that would make big plays, those kind of role player guys, the unsung heroes. And the Lakers have one in Alex Caruso. He stepped up in a big way. And James, I know you were all about it on Saturday, and I know everyone loves a good nerd stat because it makes you sound smart.
To his legacy.
You know,
I think that's what it's all about. So to be able to
according
hoist
to
up that
NBA
trophy
math,
at the end
Alex
of the season
Caruso ranks first among
be,
third-year
you know,
players in
the ultimate,
defensive points saved.
you know, legacy
This
giver.
point, no question about it. To win, as Kobe 5.78 knew as well. Jason Tatum on there, Royce O'Neal, that would make big plays. Bam, those kind of OG role player guys, the unsung heroes, and the Lakers have one in Alex Caruso. He stepped up on that way. And James, I know you were all about it on Saturday, and I know everyone loves a good nerd stat because it makes you sound smart.
I think that's what it's all about. So to be able to hoist up that trophy at the end of the season
first among third-year players in defensive points saved.
Over the
This
years,
point, no question about it.
what he's
Win,
done is
5.78 knew as well. Jason Tatum on there, Royce O'Neal, make big plays. Bam, kind of OG role player guys, the unsung heroes, and the Lakers have one. Alex getting it done, stepped up on that end. James, I know.
He's taking over the point guard position. When LeBron doesn't have the ball, look at how he navigates and keeps his dribble alive. There's Caruso, 186 pounds, sitting a pick for AD. That's just smart basketball because he knew AD could get to the bucket. Here's another situation where the defender is going to go, looks like he's going underneath, and he's going to follow AD. So AD right there for a little pick and pop. You love that. On time, on target. Had 7 assists in this game. Here he is again, recognizing that AD is at the elbow, gets the defense to commit to him. AD pops for the elbow jumper. And I got to tell you, Geeter, he's turning out to be, without LeBron handling the ball and without Rondo, he's solid as a rock. You know, he plays well with LeBron, has the best plus-minus on the team. And, you know, he shot, I think, 60% from the field that game, hit a 3. He's doing a lot of great things, only 2 turnovers. You know, he's a coach's dream.
I know who was talking in all those film sessions back in the 80s, man. Look at you breaking it down like that.
Oh, it used to be called the worthy spin. I'll tell you about that one.
Back in the day. All right, let's send it over to Allie Clifton. She has more on honoring Kobe on Mamba Day. Allie?
That's right, guys. As you can see, the studio looks phenomenal. You guys have done an awesome job talking about it so far. So let's continue the conversation, checking out some social media surrounding the celebration of Kobe Bryant's life and legacy. And of course, we begin with LeBron James. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about him. You were the first guy to put me under your wing and show me the ins and outs of the league, Anthony Davis. That mentality, Kyle Kuzma says, is to be tenacious, play with heart, and be relentless at all times. Rajon Rondo, competitor, ultimate competitor, 2 words. I love this from Pau Gasol. With tears in my eyes today, I just wish so badly that you were here celebrating your B-Day with your girls and family. I miss you and Gigi so much, brother. I will always be thankful for how much you have impacted my life in so many different ways. Danny Green, your legacy will forever live on. Dwight Howard, he went from the greatest basketball player to the greatest dad for his children. One more here, coming from Dion Waiters, coming from Philly. He made a guy like myself chase a dream I never thought about chasing. Could go on and on. Such great words from so many, but now we take time to take a look at Kobe's top plays in his own words.
Kobe hit on his way. Reverses it anyway. Kobe for 3. I don't believe it. 62 for Kobe. He has more than Dallas has.
Ryan comes up to me and goes, we have never seen anything like this. This will probably never, ever happen again. You need to go back in there. You might be able to get 80 points. I just looked at him and said, when the time is right, there'll be a time in the season where I'll do it.
Kobe with it, guarded by Patterson.
I had picked up my dribble, and he was squeezing me and pressuring me. It just became about finding some gap.
Dribbling. Patterson keeps his feet. Kobe forces. Oh! He made it! 1 second remaining in double overtime.
That was vastly more complex, because of the time that was on the clock.
Out to Kobe. Ball away high. Again. What a way to finish! Are you kidding me? Walton can tip it. Bryant with the save.
Once I had control of the ball, then the rest of that part was easy for me.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
Normally in New York, I'll go out to dinner and I'll see a couple of my friends or whatever. But that night before the game, I didn't go anywhere. I thought about the game.
Kobe on a spin. What a pivot. Yes!
Phil said, knock these 2 free throws down, and then you'll have the record.
Kobe Bryant has now scored more points than any other player at Madison Square Garden.
You didn't shoot particularly well.
That's an understatement. While I wasn't shooting the ball well at all, you have to look at other areas where you can have a material impact.
Bryant looking. Artest, that's a 3. Bang! The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. Kobe dribbling left around a pick from Randall.
My legs were tired, but I said, listen, this is the shot. Knock it down.
Pulls up. 2-pointer. Go! If I wasn't sitting here, I wouldn't believe it. He has 60. Kobe Bryant.
I took off. It just snapped. I knew right away it was the Achilles. I knew it was torn. I was hoping for some kind of magical healing power where I could reattach the Achilles by rubbing it. And so I'm just going to shoot the free throws.
He is literally on his last leg right now. Got it.
I could feel the tendon start rolling up higher and higher, and I was like, it's probably not a good idea for me to continue.
Don't ever question the heart, the tenacity of that guy.
I've had sprained ankles, played through pain before, so it wasn't a matter of if I can do that. It was just a matter of playing well at the highest level.
Here he is over Jackson. How good is this kid? The Lakers have a 3-1 lead.
I had Scotty in front of me, so once I got around Scotty, and I'm getting to the basket, thought about just taking off and dunking the thing, but I could feel the right thing to do was to throw the lob to Shaq.
Bryant to Shaq.
I think it was very symbolic in our relationship and how far our relationship had come. So I threw it to him, and the rest is history. I felt like I was having a special night when Lamar kept reminding me that I was having a special night, and every time I come to me and say, you can't get 50.
Great hustle by Kobe. He's going to score. And dunk, Lakers lead. Well, that's 51.
And next time I go, he just looks at me and goes, can't get 60.
Kobe goes straight to the dribble in the lane, 61 points.
And then by the last time he says, well, go on get 80 then.
And an 81-point game. Listen to this crowd for number 8, Kobe Bryant.
So good. We're getting closer to tip-off for Game 4. Yusuf Nurkic had a double-double in the first quarter of Game 1, but he's only averaging 12 points on 39% shooting. And the Lakers have been picking on him on the defensive end, too. Before the break, more tributes to the Mamba.